Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tom Worth Jr. And we have a sentencing coming down from Judge Merchan on January 10th. This is breaking tonight, and it makes no sense that he delayed the sentencing, and that could have swayed the election. I doubt it, but it could have had the sentencing gone through. But he didn't. He delayed it just to, I guess, figure out how best to go through with it without being in a violation of the Supreme Court's decision to not, to have the presidential immunity. Mershana had already said that this was not an official act; these felony convictions. So I don't know why he waited, but he did, and he's doing it on January 10th, 10 days before the inauguration. We did get a new Speaker of the House today, so the election will be certified Monday the 6th. It only took one vote. We had three GOP House representatives that did not vote for Mike Johnson in the first go round, and remember, he could only have one defect. So three did, but they just paused and took a timeout and had some closed door meetings. And I guess Trump probably made a call or two, and two of the people got back in line. So one holdout, the crazy man from Kentucky, and then he was certified on the first vote. So good for them, I guess. But the Mershon news tonight that the sentencing will be carried out, but he said he's not going to have any prison time. This could have led to up to 4 years in prison. Most people thought it would not. A first time convict, Trump is. But really, all this will do, there will be no fine, there will be no jail time, prison time. There will be basically, this is just, you can't actually be a convicted felon even though you were found guilty of all the felony charges unless the sentencing is carried out. So unless and until that happens, Trump isn't actually a convicted felon. And come January 10th, 1 week from today, he will be. And the sentencing will be likely nothing other than saying, yes, you are a convicted felon, I guess, is how that would go. And he's ordered Trump to appear. That might be even better. 10 days before the inauguration. Now, he does not have to appear in person. He can appear virtually. His legal team is appealing this, and wham, I guess, is my response to that. You commit 34 felonies, and your biggest complaint is that you have to appear for sentencing, even though you've already been told that there will be no prison time, and most likely there will be no penalty whatsoever. I just think this is awesome, and this only came down, less than 2 hours ago, and I would say people are pretty pissed off about this. Some people are, because they're saying he doesn't have any, shall we say, guts in announcing ahead of time that there will be no prison time and there really won't be any penalty at all. But calling the president elect of the United States in for sentencing purely to have it be on the record that he is a convicted felon, this guy has nothing to gain personally. He is doing this for the rule of law in the United States, that no person is above the law. Now, the Supreme Court has tried to change that and made it so that there is one person who is above the law. But this judge is having none of it. And it's very important, not just at his level, but at all levels, to have accountability, to say, okay, maybe this can be appealed to the Supreme Court again, because one of the reasons cited by this judge in carrying out the sentencing and doing it January 10th, is so the defendant can then have a sped up appeals process if he so chooses. I guess if he wants to appeal the sentencing. But I don't know how you're going to appeal a sentence that has no punishment. You were convicted, so there's nothing to appeal. You got to get yourself on a Zoom call for 20 minutes and have the judge say, yes, you were a convicted felon. Okay, you are. And I don't see any appeals process there. So I think this is a genius move. I think it's a bold move. I think it's a courageous move, a necessary move for the rule of law in the United States, one that you wouldn't see in most countries. And the way the judicial branch of the judiciary is being kicked around is pretty disturbing. And in his pronouncement, the judge actually said that one of the things that bothers him about Trump is his disregard for the judicial process and for the rule of law. And he's just having none of it. So I love it, love it, love it. And I do, I guess I love that we have a functioning Congress. It would have been more fun to not have the election certified come Monday, or at least to take a few stabs at the vote. But I do think, unfortunately, this GOP Congress might have its act together. The Senate, we might have a little better luck with a little more resistance to Trump with the leader of the Senate over there, this Thune guy. I don't think he loves Trump. He wants a little independence for the Senate, so I'm hopeful there. Of course, they will do what Trump commands them to do, but he is, like, for instance, they're not doing away with the filibuster, which is pretty cool. That's something Trump wants to do away with. So this is something where not only is he not doing away with it, but he says in his reasoning why is they need to preserve the Senate. They need to keep it as what it is. And that's very important, to preserve the Senate and not just have it. He didn't say this, but you can't just have it as some plaything of the president. So I think that's pretty big, pretty good. And I don't know. I think going into the weekend here, we have something to look forward to with the sentencing next week, and that'll help us get through whatever grandstanding and ridiculousness happens on Monday the 6th. That will be nauseating, but we'll get through it, and hopefully there will be no violence. There will be none of that tomfoolery going on, and it can just be somewhat of a return to normalcy with the functioning of the government. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm also hoping for a good weekend for you all. And this is a quick one. It's late on a Friday night. And thanks for sticking with me and watching. And we'll talk later.